Hi, and today is the 28th of July 2017 and my daily writing update. Today I've achieved 4,221 words above my daily target of 4,188, and the great news is that I've completed my goal of the 80,000 word target for my first draft. So it is possible in 30 days or 20 writing days, is it, since I started this, I've finished my first draft of the novel. Now the hard work will begin. So that's my daily update. But something else that I wanted to share with you today is something that has helped inspire this novel. And that is, just going to hold it up here in front of the screen. This is the first volume of letters that my grandfather wrote when he was in the Second World War to my grandmother Joyce. So I think you can probably see there where she collected all of his letters. So here's the sort of first page here, and it seems to be that every 2 days my grandfather wrote back to his very new wife. So the first letter is on the 3rd of April 1940, and it comes from Herne Bay in Kent. So it was only about, I think it's about 3 or 4 weeks previous to this that they got married. And then he volunteered for the army. Now, he was working as a baker in Bridport in Dorset, and he used to drive the delivery lorry. So he's volunteered, as far as I can see so far, for the Royal Army Service Corps, I think it was called. And so he's been stationed up in Herne Bay, and he's to do a month's training in, well, what they would have done in 3 months. So he's training to drive the lorries, he's getting rifle practice, he's been billeted with 6 chaps in a bungalow in Herne, gets up at 6 a.m, has to go on parade at 7, then it's breakfast at 8, then there's more practice and training until it's dinner at 1 p.m, and then off for more training, and then it's tea at 5 p.m, and it's really interesting going through those letters. So I think that might be another project, is to write all of the letters up and put them in a book. So if you agree that's a good idea, please let me know, because I'm just sort of thinking about that at the moment. So yeah, it's really interesting, especially with Dunkirk being released, which I've seen recently. I've got to the stage in my grandfather's letters where he can't say too much because the letters go through censoring. So basically he's stationed in Bournemouth, and then he sails to France, and he's in France and saying how good the people are there, because he's driving the lorry, and it's really odd because he's on the opposite side. He's saying France is really backward compared to Bridport because there's still cobbled streets, but everyone's really friendly and everyone's giving them the thumbs up, and they come out with glasses of wine which he drinks down and says it's all right. Says to my gran in the letter, yeah, it's all right. Anyway, the next letter that's in the collection is one from my grandfather's uncle in Southampton, writing to my gran to say everything's all right, he's turned up, Fred's turned up. So obviously my granddad couldn't say what was going on, but apparently only 13 trucks survived out of hundreds that came back, but his kit bag was still in his truck, that made it back. So he then had to go up to Gloucester and they all brought back 80 new trucks together. He drove 115 miles through 4 counties. Another day he has to drive up to the Arsenal at Woolwich, and he says what a great place that is. So really interesting and great stuff. I'm signing off for now, and I will be back with you probably on Monday.